Watem here, and welcome back to some more Umineko When Seagulls Cry. Sorry for the full delay in videos. So at first I was just too busy to record a part. I was like, no big deal, I can just miss this one part and then keep going. And then I got a sore throat and couldn't record. Got busy for a while after that, but yeah, now I'm back hopefully. I might delay out putting this just a bit more, just so that I will have a backlog in case something else happens immediately afterwards. But yeah, in the meantime, I have been listening to quite a bit of Umineko music. I quite enjoy Golden Sneer as well as Deep Blue Cheer, I think it was. I'm going to guess that's talking about Frederic Castell. But yeah, I think also because of that YouTube team recommending me stuff like every death in Umineko explained. Yeah, please don't. In any case, actually getting back to the Umineko stuff, not sure how much we can trust of any POV we're getting at the moment, really. In particular, the Jessica and Cannon stuff, because they died immediately afterwards, and we didn't get any interjections from, like, what I'm calling Witch Side Battler. Yeah. Not sure how that's going to be working. I also noticed that this section is called New Rule. I might have mentioned that last time. Not sure. This current chapter is called New Rule. So I wonder what that new rule is. If it's talking about the, like the key being sealed, it is definitely a better attempt than, like the first time around with the store shed thing, being, locked. But there are still ways around it. It isn't a perfect seal. Because, again, I'm not necessarily sure that if it is the same envelope, even. Maybe if she'd woken up Maria and Maria had held it for a while, she might have been. Maybe she would have gone, oh, this is much heavier than it was before. We don't know. In any case, let's continue. The deaths of 6 people had shaken us badly. When we'd learned about that weird magic circle and the history of the chapel, we felt as though we'd figured at least part of this puzzle out. Really? That was all absolutely trivial. From midday yesterday until this morning. Okay, yeah, this chapel was a closed room. But our parents were with us until last night. How did the culprit get into this building? And how did they lock it up again? There we go, Golden Sneer. I mean, closed rooms I feel like just the epitome of mystery novels, aren't they?
わらわの力で鍵を開けるところを見せろというなら見せてもよい。しかしそれではそなたを屈服させたことにはならぬ。そなたが言う人間での説明、これを突き果てさせた時こそがわらわの勝利の時なのだ。さあさあ、どう崩してみせる？人間ならどういうトリックで崩してみせるというのか？
前回の密室と同じだ。情報不足。こんなのじゃ推理不能だ。何の言い訳でもできるぜ。どんな手品だって通じる。推理なんてしようがね
え。またそれか。情報が足りないから様子見。不確定情報があるから推理不能。そなたら人間の思考停止の言い訳はいつもそれよ。
So, thing about close rooms, if we go back actually considering past closed rooms, what have they been? Like the first storehouse, I don't feel should be considered a closed room because I was locked from the outside. We have, yeah, the closed room with what are their names? Eva and Hideyoshi. That one, the seal got broken before anyone could verify that it was a closed room. So it could have been that they broke the seal already. Yeah, so I should have gone back to explain. Typical closed room solutions. Either it was already that case like that, or what's it? It isn't actually a closed room. Or there's some kind of mechanism to do it while it's a closed room. So yeah, thinking of the two closed rooms which I can think of from the first quote-unquote episode. We have yeah, Eva and Hideyoshi, which I feel isn't a true closed room because they could have, well, yeah, I mean, one of the explanations for closed rooms, because yeah, it was unsealed early. It could have been the chain had already been knocked, and we have two unreliable witnesses in the forms of Cannon and Genji. The other one would be and yeah, I've also previously mentioned how a mechanism could have existed to, or would be required for a mechanism to be able to kill them. I don't think that's a possibility. The other one, so it's already the case. Yeah, I suppose someone could have killed them, and then use some kind of mechanism to put the chain in the locking mechanism, and then lock the door. That would be possible. Like, you wouldn't be able to reach your hand in, but you could. It's open enough that you could put something else through the doorway. The other closed room is the study, and the disappearance of the grandfather. So going through the things, once again, we cannot verify that it was truly a closed room. Seal is unreliable and could be resealed. That's why it's an unreliable seal. Again, maybe there is some way to like into and out of the room without the main entrance. So again, that's the not a closed room version. Where was I again? Some kind of mechanism to make him leave. That doesn't quite fit. And the other one is it's already the case, so he wasn't in the room to begin with when Natsui was there. Again, yeah. I mean, again, that's just the Natsui versus Eva 1-for-1 kind of situation. Although, again, not a true closed room, so it isn't even a perfect 1-for-1. In case, let's continue. I don't think we can draw any more conclusions from that. Yeah. So, information is uncertain, so it's impossible to use reasoning. I disagree with that. Information is uncertain, so it's impossible to make a conclusion. You can still reason out several possibilities.
ラプラスの悪魔の座に及ばねば思考を巡らせること一つできないというのか、この無能が。それに貴様は情報不足がまるで自分の不利になるように言っているが、そなたに与えられる情報が増えれば増えるほどにそなたは苦しむことになる。
That implies that you do
己
know
を
the...
締め付ける圧搾機の力を強めていく結果になるだけよ。
I was going to say, that implies that you do know the true answer. I mean, that's kind of the point, isn't it? That she's the one behind it. I mean, I suppose she could technically be claiming responsibility for something she didn't do, but, well, again, we wouldn't know the reasons why she'd be doing that. Oh well. Again, too many possibilities to draw conclusions, but enough to make suppositions.
おお、
Consider
そうなら
answer
言わせてもらうぜ。これがそもそも密室かどうか検証不能だ。
Have you come to the same realization, or are you going to come to another realization? Another possibility might be to get through the windows.
悪魔の話が出てきたんで俺も言わせてもらうぜ。密室でないことの説明はできる。こうやら出入りできるというのを示しゃいいんだからな。
Yep.
だが密室であることの証明は不能だ。無限の方法の全てを否定はできない。つまり悪魔の証明ってやつだぜ。密室という定義は実は証明不能なのさ。
So you can... No, I think... You could probably do something mathematically. Because there are such things as one-way calculations. Although I guess even then, not truly one-way with enough computing power, even if it would technically take like the lifetime of the universe to be able to figure it out, it would be possible to figure it out. So one example of one-way calculation would be hashing. So when websites store your passwords, they aren't actually storing your password, they're storing a hash of your password. Basic idea is that, well, encryption isn't safe for storing passwords because encryption is designed to be decrypted, so there exists a way to get back your original information. With hashing, however, you lose part of the information, and it's basically impossible to get... Yeah, it's impossible to perfectly verify that you know what the actual original value was. But yeah, partially because you do lose that part of the information. There are certain values which will produce the same hash. That's called a hash collision. But you want to reduce those as much as possible. But on the other hand, their existence means that you could find a solution to which has the same answer, but you wouldn't be able to say for certain that that is the original message. So yeah, because of this, it's safer if the database of passwords gets leaked, because they shouldn't be able to work backwards to get your password from the hash, unless there's other issues, which is typically the case when they do break into passwords. But yeah, there is probably some way of having some kind of mathematical closed room by using some form of one-way calculations. So yeah, to give an example of a one-way calculation, if you have a number, you just add all the digits together. So from 27, you get the result of 9. If you know that the result is 9, there's no way to know for certain what the original number was. You can't just say, well, because the end result is 9, the original answer has to be 27. No, because it could also be 18. That would also give you the end result of 9. So, again, one-way calculation. That's a kind of bad example because you do have a lot of collisions in fact, but I'm getting too in-depth into this. Yeah, any other kind of even simple lockboxes, for example, there could feasibly be some kind of mechanism hidden within it. Although I guess you could do some kind of a X-ray scan to show if there aren't any other things in it. But maybe there is some other way of picking past through a gap or using a magnet. Yeah, basically things which rely on entropy that you cannot undo. That's what was my thought process was before getting into the whole mathematics side, because I then started thinking mathematical entropy. But yeah, so things which rely on entropy, so show that they haven't been tampered with. Actually, yeah, thinking about it, some kind of quantum encryption. When you observe it, changes the result. That might. Because I remember hearing something about potential of being able to tell if your messages are being observed by someone else, or like intercepted. Anyway, continuing on.
情報不足を言い訳にした思考停止の次はそうきたか。まあよい。それがそなたの指し手だというなら認めようぞ。続けるがよい。
なぜお前は礼拝堂がミスだと言いたいらしい。実際俺もさっき中をぐるっと見させてもらったが、確かに扉以外から出入りする方法は見つけられなかった。
And potentially there is some kind of secret basement passageway.
だがそれは俺が見つけられなかったというだけで、密室の証明にはならないわけだ。
That's true enough.
俺には見つけられなかった隠し扉なんかがあったら、全ての前提は吹っ飛ぶぜ。
But the seal is also not perfect in this case, because we know that there are copies of the envelope, so it could just be another envelope. And again, like seal, it could just be reseal. Well, it'll be the same person giving the envelopes in both cases, so they would have access to the seal to make the wax seal imprint. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, we don't know for certain that it is the same envelope.
つまり俺が隠し扉を見つけられようと見つけられまいと、密室を出入りできる方法 X 常に否定できないわけさ。そしてその方法 X は魔法でなくても実行可能さ。
I'm curious how close I am with, I guess that the seal wasn't perfect.
何しろ隠し扉なんだからよ。この礼拝堂だってそうさ。発見不能な隠し扉がどうせあるんだ。
Well, if it can't be a hidden door, that's impossible to find. If it's a hidden door, then it would have to be possible to find some way.
だから推理なんてする必要もなく、魔法なんかありえないってわけさ。
ほうほう、そういう論法か。甘いな。想定していた一手だぞ。ならばわらわも受け手を誘う。わらわは人間風情の推理小説とやらに出てくる密室というものを常々バカバカしいと思っている。なぜか使い方が間違っているからよ。推理小説に登場する密室をお前は本当に密室だと思っているのか？
It's rarely a closed room. There are some cases, yeah, where it's just some other thing. Like what I've already mentioned.
どういうトリックを使えば密室に見せかけられるか。そう思っている。
So, to use the grandfather example from the first episode, it could be a closed stream, but for grandfather was not in the room to begin with. That would be another thing.
つまり人間どもが積み重ねた100年の密室殺人などただの一度も完成されたことはないのだ。
Or some kind of mechanism to kill them within the closed room. So one example where I think it's a Med she wrote, where the guy commits suicide and then has the gun pulled. I've talked about this before, but then pulled over the wall so that it's hidden. And it is a closed room. It is a true closed room where there was no way in or out because he killed himself.
言うじゃねえかよ。推理マニアは怖えぞ。クリスティが墓の下で歯ぎしりしてるぜ。
Hang on. Okay, when did Agatha Christie die? I need to know this. So what was after 80s? I could be wrong though. Oh no, 76. Okay, so she is dead by this point in time.
だがわらわは違う。わらわは本当の密室を生み出している。そしてそれを立証できるのだ。なぜかわらわは魔女だからよ。
Okay, I am once again just gonna say anything that is oh, I've forgotten what this quote is from. But anything that is anything that is stated without explanation can be refuted without explanation, evidence to it. Anything that is presented without evidence can be refuted without evidence. And because I'm a witch is not sufficient evidence.
悪魔の証明は悪魔を連れてくれば証明できるのだったな。ならば好都合。魔女にとって悪魔は良き友よ。いくらでも連れてきてやる。
上等だぜ。親父たちは隠し扉を使って礼拝堂に入った。あるいは運び込まれた。この一手をお前はどうかわしてみせるってんだよ。
こうだ。生死は捨ておく。6人は確かに扉から入った。
はあ？バカ野郎！鍵がかかってんだぞ。どうやって？
The door wasn't locked.
わらわが魔法で開けて中へいざなった。
そんなわけねえだろ。
Just going back for a second. The six definitely entered through the door is in quotes. When I opened it with magic and right inside us, I'm wondering about the significance of that.
魔法なんて認められねえ以上、そいつを受け入れるわけにはいかねえ。お前は嘘をついている。あの扉は何かのインチキで開くんだ。あるいは隠し扉があるんだ。そのどちらかしか認めねえ。
Why aren't you accepting any other way? I presented a perfectly reasonable other way. Oh?
パーペチュアル。チェスでは千日手をこう呼ぶ。
Well, not exactly. It's repetition of checks specifically. And well, it isn't necessarily a repetition either. It's just continual check after check after check, preventing your opponent from making any other move. So typically it's used to produce a stalemate. Yeah.
互いが相手の根拠を否定し合い、議論が進まないのも、わらわたちのゲームでは千日手に同じ。
If you just have repetition of moves, that isn't technically perpetual check. You can get a stalemate with that still, but they need to be checked perpetually in order for it to be perpetual check. Anyway,
多くのゲームではこれを引き分けに定めるが、これでは今日をそがれること甚だしい。わらわたちに引き分けはない。いわく、そなたがわらわを認め屈服するか否か。
それについてだけは同感だぜ。お前のお望み通り決着はきっちりつける。
その心意気や容姿。そこでわらわは考えた。
so my thought is, how does he explain her existence and talking to her if she doesn't exist?
わらわとそなたのゲームに新しいルールを追加しようと思う。
Oh, here's a new rule in question, I guess.
新しいルール？どうせお前が有利になるルールなんだろ。
まさかまさか、そなたらが求めてやまなかったものを与えようというのだ。貴様ら無能どもがいつも嘆いてみせる思考停止の理由、情報不足。そしてそれに対し情報を与えると、今度はその情報の真偽を疑う根拠否定。便利よのう。無能を棚上げする実に小気味よい言葉よ。この便利な言い訳をわらわは取り去ってやろうというのだ。感謝するがよい。
扉から入ったというお前に対し、俺はそんなはずはないと否定した。
And I'm saying it could happen.
その否定が逃げ口上だと言いたいのか。
そうだ。だからわらわはこれより真実を語るとき赤を使うことにする。
どういうことだ。説明を続けろ。
I'm just imagining someone saying, like, yes, I will speak in red. I'm sorry, what? My ears don't perceive color.
わらわがどのような魔法の一手を仕掛けようとも、そなたには常に情報不足や根拠否定を繰り返すことで延々と逃げ続けることができる。
So, I mean, technically, she could be lying when she says that when she speaks the truth, she'll use red. Also, when I speak the truth, I will use red implies that if it's true, then red, rather than if red, then true, which is what I would expect. So there are some differences. That means that anything that isn't... So if it's, when I speak truth, I will use red. If truth, then red. That means that anything that is not red would have to be false. And there could still be false things which are red. So yeah, just truth table of if then. If your first part is false, then it could be either true or false for red. It could be red or not red. And if the first part is true, then it has to be red. And if it's not red, then it would be, then your statement is false. In any case, this statement could technically be false. We have no way to verify the first truthful statement of if this is true then red. I am going to guess that it does mean if red then it is true, rather than if true then red. If red then true means that you could have not red which is true as well as not red which is false. But if it's red, then it has to be true. In order for the if then to be true.
これでは最終的にわらわが勝つことが変わらぬとしても、あまりに退屈を極める。そのためわらわはそなたが望む情報と根拠を与えてやろうと思う。しかしそなたはわらわの言葉一つ一つを疑ってかかるだろう。それ自体は悪いことではない。わらわもそなたを屈服させるためにあらゆる手を指す。互いに最前提を探り合うその姿勢は嫌いではない。しかしそれではゲームにもならぬ。だからこのルールを設けた。わらわが赤で語ることは全て真実。
Okay, everything speaking red is true.
疑う必要が何もない。
Ah, but you don't have that in red, so maybe there is a need to doubt it.
それを信じろというのか。
わらわはそなたとゲームをしている。ゲームのルールは神聖。それを軽んじる者に参加の資格はない。
よーし、乗ったぜ。受けてやるぞ、そのルール。水かけ論や揚げ足取りなんて小学生でもできるぜ。なら早速再開しようじゃねえか。もう一度繰り返す。親父たちは隠し扉を使って礼拝堂に入った。あるいは運び込まれた。
Red text to say they entered through the door?
ならばわらわも繰り返そうぞ。生死は捨ておく。6人は確かに扉から入った。
Is the first part important, regardless of whether they were alive or dead? I mean, the six definitely entered through the door. That's the important part. Is there a reason why, regardless of whether they were alive or dead? Maybe some of them are alive, some of them are dead? Otherwise, it just seems like a for all kind of situation. For all scenarios, the six definitely entered through the door. So I can think of two possibilities of doing that without magic. One, I've talked about insufficient seal with the key. Another possibility would be the key is already cut. There's another secret key that's been cut. Or three, the door was originally unlocked and there is another mechanism to lock the door without needing the key. Those are the three ideas I have, at least. Could definitely still be others.
その証拠はあるのかよ。
ストップ。ルールを補足する。わらわは真実を語るときに赤を使うが、それに対し証拠を示して立証する義務を負わない。
Okay, so already they're breaking the anything that is provided without evidence can be refuted without evidence. You'll also notice that she doesn't use red for this, so she might be lying.
ただ事実であり真実であるのだ。理由は簡単だ。わらわはすべての犯行を魔法で行う。
And she's not using red for that.
だからどんな不可能犯罪もお前の目の前で魔法の杖を振るってみせれば済んでしまう。しかしそれではゲームにならない。チェスを指しながら勝敗を無視して相手に殴りかかる蛮行にも等しい。
確かにもっともだ。
Actually, speaking of chess, that reminds me of something that was said in earlier sections. When it was between Kinzo and Dr. Nanjo, I think. Where it's like, in chess, only make optimal moves or something like that. Well, no. Nowadays, a lot of the time, it's about making suboptimal moves that your opponent isn't expecting. Because, a lot of high-level chess nowadays is just rote memorization of what would a computer do in this kind of situation. And so trying to emulate computers in a way. And so you expect your opponent to have prepared the main line, where they know what the best move is. So you produce a suboptimal move that you think they might not have studied, so that then you have the preparation of what the best moves are from that point, while they don't. You do then also get situations like the Stafford Gambit, where it's objectively worse. However, there are several traps where what looks like would be the best move, or very sensible move in regular chess, leads to situations where you lose the queen off the bat, or you lose the game. So it's one where if you're not prepared, it's difficult to counter, but objectively, from a computer standpoint, it's a bad idea. In any case, I will be ending it there for today. I hope you all enjoyed. It's a bit longer than normal, but I did spend quite a bit of time talking and not making any actual progress, so sorry. I'll try to get more progress done next time. But until then, let me know any feedback you have in comments. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, see ya.